Hello, welcome back everybody. I am Lance B, and we are reacting to the internet historian No Man's Sky. Now, I pulled up a poll the other day, and there was like three internet historian videos this was included, and one Russian Badger video. And we had more votes on the No Man's Sky. The second video that was voted on was the, what was it? Not the Fallout 76. Oh, the Cost of Concordia. So I might do that next. But I got some other videos I want to do next before I do that one. But right now we're going to do No Man's Sky. I almost said the Cost of Concordia again. You almost got me. But anyway, yeah. This is going to be a long video, so sit back, relax, get yourself a little snack, get yourself a little, if you're old enough, have yourself a little cocktail, whatever time it is. A little smoky smoke if you would like to partake. I know I probably will be throughout this video because it's going to be long. So, yeah, let's get it done. Let's get this shit started.
Hey, all you little fucking nerds watching online.
We like to fuck in the ass.
X-rated! Woo! Yeah, come on, baby.
Throw a rock into a pond. Ripples fade away. Human hearts aren't so lucky. Those battle scars remain.
Sponsored by that game everyone loves. Scientists are racing to unlock the secrets of the cosmos. Questions we once thought impossible to answer are within our grasp. Where does the sun go at night? Is math related to science? If the universe is so big, then why won't it fight me? As we look further into the universe, we see light from distant stars, eons old, perhaps hundreds, even thousands of miles away. Hold on, can I get a zoom in on that?
You bet I can. This is one of the world's most powerful telescopes. Initiating 6 times zoom.
Can this baby do 7?
Pause at 56, at mark 56. I already love it. This guy uses that text to voice. I've been thinking about doing that myself. I've been trying to do some research on that for certain things in my videos, and I've been clocking that now. Before I'd be like, well, how do they do that robotic voice? It's a text to voice. So I'm already going to start loving this. Already, this is pretty well done. This guy already, I've noticed, he's put a lot of work in. He's going to put a lot of work in. For 53 minutes, I already see some animation. I already see some way above my pay grade so far. But let's get back into it. Play.
And do you one better. Maneuvering to 8 times zoom.
Pressurizing, holding steady. I can see it. Unblur.
I love
It won't hold.
Stream
Get
time.
me 8.5 times.
You're a madman.
You're a
Upscale
madman.
to 4K.
The helium tanks will go critical.
Opening the blinds. Hold it steady. Uncropping and increasing aspect ratio. Now, punch it. There it is. Life on another world. And to think, we owe it all to one indie development studio. Hello Games.
What's wrong? What, they doing a little dance?
Let's start at the beginning.
Stop at 150. I gotta turn off this fan. So much work to be a YouTuber. Us. First world problems, my God. It's this bloody light. 300 watt bulb. I hate to see how much that's going to cost them. That I have to replace that. Alright, let's get into it. Sorry for the interruption. It was a quick intermission. Let's get back into it. Play. Oh God, Will Smith rewind.
It's rewind time. Okay, the year is 2009. Guildford, England. There's a man named Sean Murray, and he's just founded a company called Hello Games. Sean and the boys are working hard on a brand new IP called Joe Danger. 2010
I remember that
AD,
vaguely.
the game just came out. It's a success. They're a small team,
Oh, did they?
but they are ambitious.
Good for them.
Let's do something bigger, said Sean. Let's reach for the stars.
That's a cute picture of him. He's a handsome man.
How about Joe Danger 2? Brilliant. It's 2012. Joe Danger 2. is just
Let's brainstorm Joe Danger 2.
But that one doesn't perform as well. We need to do something even bigger than Joe Danger 2. Joe Danger 3? No. Even more out of this world. Something no man has done before. Joe Danger the mobile game? Yes! And that came out in 2014. Seriously, guys, biggest thing you can think of. I'm just a stock image, dude. Why don't you think of something? Sean pondered for a moment, then turned and looked wistfully into the mirror. Reflected back was the visage of Neil deGrasse Tyson.
If you're going to make a space game, first person, never been done before. How about that?
I'm going up in orbit to repair the Hubble telescope.
Well, that's not a knife. Who are you going to have sex with? How much microwave is
We
pushing
don't
through your body?
Wow, that's a...
The planet.
Oh,
said
Neil
Murray.
deGrasse. Neil deGrasse.
Space game. Procedural generation. Planet. Okay, that sounds good. Yes, we all agree. So they set to work, cobbled together a prototype, and by VGX 2013, they are ready to announce another new IP. No Man's Sky. Check it out.
Oh, this is special.
Oh my gosh!
This is special.
This is special. He's excited.
It's 2014, and it's E3 hype time. No Man's Sky has promised to be a game like no other. A practically boundless experience vibrant with life and colour and things to explore. What's over there? You'll have to be the one to discover it. And then, wow, look at that big dinosaur, holy shit. And a moment later, we're in space having a battle amongst a giant fleet. Claim a planet as your own. Explore the galaxy with your friends. Okay, that's it. This is going to be the best game ever, you guys. It even won awards for its hype. And it will release in June 2016.
Pause at 5:03. You can win awards just for hype? Are you serious? That's a thing? That's really a thing for just hype. See, that's what happened with Cyberpunk. It got so overhyped. And it doesn't help when you throw Keanu in there, because everyone loves Keanu. He doesn't do no wrong. He's a good guy. But anyway, I don't know. Cyberpunk, I wish they didn't have that whole Keanu Reeves thing in there and the chip and all. That's the only thing I didn't like Downfall, because you have to play his character. I'd rather play my character. I'm one of those people. That's why I love Fallout 4. You can play your character and only your character, and that's the character you created, and all this back and forth. That's the only thing about Cyberpunk I'm not a big fan of, and I probably will never beat it just because of that fact. Because I didn't like the outcomes of, it got spoiled for me. Anyway, but yeah, on hype, God, play.
The hype train was officially loading up and ready to chug
The
out of the
hype
station.
train.
At every stop of the journey, there would be press junkets talking about the amazing scale of the game. Spread across 18
Internet historian has a
quintillion
nice
planets.
voice. He
It's
has
so
a
vast
great voice
that by the
for
time you
his
finish exploring it all, I would have 2 new videos published. Sean himself was doing the interviews, because who is better to talk about the game than the lead guy himself? He went from interview to interview, and with each question, The answers he gave raised people's expectations of the game's scope.
Can you land on a comet?
Yeah, at the moment you can land on asteroids.
You could encounter other players.
Can you grief other players?
A little bit.
They're literally building your own, like, massively multiplayer world that's procedurally generated.
Sand planets like in June, rivers, walking
You can tell by his
sentinels.
body language he's not
So
really
sophisticated
comfortable
that light diffracts through the atoms.
talking.
They had to
in
redevelop the
public.
whole
I
periodic
don't blame
table
him.
to make it work.
It is rough.
What?
Even Elon Musk was hyped for it.
Really, Elon?
2 years go by. It's early 2015.
If you get
and
Elon
manufacturing
Musk
is
want to
really
play your
moving
game,
now.
look at this.
Perhaps one of the biggest in video game history.
I need to start gaming.
Reddit was shoveling most of the gamer fuel.
Because
Skeptics
that's
and
so
naysayers are treated as ballast and thrown from the carriage doors. Pre-orders open, and they are doing very well. The date is booked in. Some are even taking the day off work. So much hype there is that...
I did that with
Jason Schreier of the soon-to-be
Grand Theft Auto
defunct
4.
Kotaku is about to spoil the party.
I took 3
He
days off.
announces a delay. From June 2016 to August.
Oh my god!
Liar, the incensed audience cries. Please be quiet, they said. And death threats too. But he was 100% right.
Come on.
A week later, the delay is officially announced.
YouTube, this is just tobacco.
Sorry lads, we need more polish, said Sean in his usual accent. To that, Sean received some death threats too, by the way. Although he didn't take them as seriously or go to the police. Yet.
Why
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
But the impatient crowd relaxed a bit and said, fine, we will wait. But we expect a level of polish no man has ever
What are
seen.
you going to do death threats for? Come on.
Speaking of waiting, Shadow Man here. Have you heard of
Oh,
Ray
no.
Shady?
I
My
love
father
you,
had
there's
one.
right. I
Hey,
even know.
Let's get serious for a moment. Ray isn't just a game with
We're fast
15
forwarding through
million
the
downloads
commercial.
in the last 6
Sorry, my
months.
bad.
It's a lifestyle. You're Jay Silver, listening to a team of 15. Download now, kids, using the link in the description. Please
Okay.
be quiet.
Hold on.
Speaking of waiting, Shadow Man here. Have you heard of Ray Shady? A week later, the delay is officially announced. We'll send to that, Sean Times foreshadowing as 15 million downloads in the Shadow Man.
737 timestamp 2. I'm not getting this check for this. I'm not going to do this commercial. Sorry. Sorry, boo. 909 timestamp that ends. Okay. We're back.
So let's talk about
Bye.
the team in charge of all that polishing. It's small. Tiny. In fact, I haven't been able to find a smaller team.
I'm not getting that check for that commercial. I'm sorry.
All of these expectations are on the shoulders
You
of
can
just
lick me.
6 people, expanding to a team of 15
6 people?
by the end
Really?
of the
Okay, a little bit more.
July. It's just a couple
You
of
have
weeks
to.
until the release date. Whatever the state of the game by now, however much it's finished, that's what's going out. The Hello Games team celebrates with this iconic image. They're exhausted. Look at what video game production does to a man.
God, what's wrong with your face?
Nonetheless,
Oh, come on, don't do that man that way.
And
The beard's not that bad.
Sean, if your game isn't coming out for another 2 weeks, why is there a box copy on eBay? That's right. It's a leak. Someone broke the embargo and is selling early access to the highest bidder. And the bids start rolling in.
What?
It reaches $1,300 US. Sold to some guy with the Reddit handle Damien. He gets his hands on it and starts uploading footage to YouTube and Dailymotion. What the frick? Said Sean and
Yeah, no kidding.
Damien finished it a lot quicker than expected, but he gave it a decent review.
There are things I don't like, there are things I like, but at the end of the day, when I say to myself, what is this game supposed to be? This, what I'm looking at right here, this is what the game is supposed to be.
He noted a few problems, but said he was optimistic that they would be ironed out with the day 1 patch.
Yeah, they said the same thing about Cyberpunk.
Sean, it's another leak. Some retailers broke the official release date. Journalists too. And they started streaming playthroughs of the game. Sony tried to DMCA all these videos, but their aim was terrible.
Round of applause, everyone. We've officially become No Man's censored by Sony.
Our news story from earlier this week about No Man's Sky leaks has been hit with a copyright strike on YouTube.
They went bumbling around from platform to platform, just taking down any video that even talked about the leak or showed the trailer footage. But it was too late.
Pornhub was the last one. Get out of here.
Skeptically about the game. Especially because there were no early review copies.
That's bad.
And it was looking like the weight of all these expectations had become too much. And the whole thing was about to give.
Oh my god. The stress.
Oh no. It's August. Everyone's here. We've all bought the game. Fucking hyped. Here we go, lads. Oh dear Lord, it isn't finished.
It is humping.
Hello, Sean. It is me, the auditor of games. I used to work at an astronomy lab. Don't worry about that.
I used to work at an astronomy lab.
Promises that you have not kept. Let's go through the checklist. Have you got any large-scale joinable space battles? Nobody would want that.
Nobody
would. No. Fine. Well, at least let me play as a trader.
They call this junk. Me, I call them.
No. Those sand planets from June look nice. Think I might. Please, Sean, there must be rivers. No, it's not. Animals interact with each other in the environment? No. Packs of walking sentinels, Sean. No. I'm literally crying right now. Can I even ask whether I can play as a space pirate?
Oh my god, that's a lot of no's.
No. Factions with different attributes.
You picked the wrong house, fool!
Fly between star systems manually, but nobody's
Say
actually...
it, Andres. Love
If
it.
I can maneuver like in the trailer, I'll still be happy. No. Well, day-night cycles determined by the orbit of the sun. Yeah. Really? No. Land on an asteroid,
Jesus.
video chat, and name your ship, hacking, portals, all that stuff about the elements, Sean. This is not good, Sean. This is very not good.
Ooh.
And ironically, the only bugs this game doesn't have are the butterflies in the demo. Buried buildings, aggressive emojis, tractor beam malfunctions, animal husbandry, oil slick world, raining grass, retarded animals doing retarded things. Ships and players disappear, first person mode as a gun. That's not how flying works. That's my only means of transportation, leaving the planet. Take off. Really take off. Holes in the map. Holes in my graphics card. Whole lot of nothing from down here. Textures bugging out.
Are you serious?
Animals break dance. Look at these busy hands. Hello there. And a couple of unrequested ejector seats. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. I get the picture. No wait, poor graphics
That's
rendering.
not good.
Some can't even start the game. Frame rate issues, constant crashes. Major publications are having trouble playing the game on their machines. Even the best 1080 Ti's are stuttering. Alt-tabbing? That's a guaranteed crash. Desktop notifications? That's a crash. Playing the game? That's a crash. Changing options in the game without restarting? You'll get this. And if you got the pre-order version with the bonus spaceship, you might have a problem. Your special ship already comes with a hyperdrive inside it. Great, right? No, because you have to craft it in order to finish the tutorial missions. And if you haven't finished the tutorial missions, you can't leave the star system. So, whoops, until they patch it, you're stranded.
That's why I give my kids No Man's Sky. The pool.
My ship's in bits! Okay, thank you.
Just a note about how high expectations were for this game,
Oh, Jack.
and just how many people bought it on release, myself included. Over 750,000 purchases on Steam at launch. It's the single best-selling game on the PlayStation Store
Jesus.
that month. And and the large proportion of people who bought it in the hopes of playing with their friends, well, you're in for a surprise. This one
The editing in this,
Is
I
it
have to
possible
say.
to meet up with your friends in No Man's Sky? The answer is absolutely yes. It's possible.
On multiple occasions, Sean said it was definitely in the game.
Will you be able to play with your friends?
Yeah. Can you run into other people, other players on the game?
Yes.
But then just before the release, Sean posted this cryptic tweet. To be super clear, No Man's Sky is not a multiplayer game. Please don't go in looking for that experience. Oh, what? So there's no multiplayer function? But then the next line contradicts that. Because the chances of two players ever crossing paths in a universe this big is pretty much zero. Oh, so it is multiplayer. You just have to overcome this finding each other hurdle. So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah! Right? No, it's more confusing than that. Because the box doesn't mention online play, just network features. And the collector's edition had its online play icon stickered over. So customers are going, which one is it, Sean? Just tell us if it has multiplayer or it doesn't have multiplayer. Sean wouldn't give any answers. But after hundreds of thousands of purchases, people soon took it upon themselves to find out. Despite the claims that it would be so improbable.
Chances of that are incredibly rare, just because of the size of the building.
On the very first day, two people noticed they were only 4 star systems from one another, and they met up on the same planet in a live stream.
You know people want to do that.
Black pillar.
Yeah, our streams are exactly lined up. If you go look at my stream, we're looking at the exact same area right now. If you don't.
Yep, that's the same spot, and they can't see each other.
I'm alone!
That settles it. It's not multiplayer because it's so big. It's not multiplayer because it's just not fucking multiplayer. And this led to quite a revolt. What did Sean have to say about all this?
Look at that beard.
So
Oh my god.
amazing. 2 people found each other on the first day. That has blown my mind.
So why can't we see other players in game?
Wow, so many of you playing.
Yeah, Sean, but what?
Truly amazing. My mind is blown.
So what's the game actually like?
Is it any good? That is a difficult thing to say.
Well, it certainly is stylish and pretty, and there are a lot of places to explore. But that doesn't mean there's much to find. In fact, the game boils down to a very simple loop. Hold down the trigger to pick up resources, deal with a full inventory, get an upgrade, leave the planet, go to another planet. Hold down the trigger, deal with a full inventory, get an upgrade, leave the planet, go to another planet. Hold down the trigger, deal with a full
Repetition.
inventory, leave the
Great. I love repetition.
get an upgrade, leave the planet, go to another planet. That's it. $60, ladies and gentlemen.
Refuel your multi-tool, refuel your life support, refuel a separate part of your multi-tool that shoots bullets instead of the mining beam, refuel your launch thrusters. It's busy work that makes it look like you have something to do. It's not real.
How dare you?
What followed was one of the most dramatic crashes in player numbers in gaming history. Sales in the UK fell by 81% in the second week. Concurrent players on Steam dropped from 212,000 in August to just over 2,000 by September, and fewer than 1,000 by October. And what followed that was perhaps the biggest pile-on in gaming history. Reviewers on YouTube panned the game.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh, you know Angry
You
Joe.
done fucked it up! I had no hype, and I can tell you that, even without that disappointment, this game is hot garbage.
Has anyone coined Sean Mourinho yet?
Numerous times within the first 2 hours of the game, I kept saying, this is it, fuck this shit.
Reviewers in the media were almost as harsh.
Devastating realization that most of the crafting, combat, and other activities you do on and between those planets ranges between bemusing and outright bad.
The criticism was deafening. And a lot of it really funny and creative. Crobycat made a video that captured the sentiment of that day, and if you haven't seen it yet, you're missing out. So people are furious. The game is boring, and soon people discover that complaining about the game is actually more fun than playing it.
Wait, I'm now 3.5 hours into the tutorial pretty much.
So they started complaining about it like they were grinding for an achievement.
This sucks.
Fucking Minecraft in space!
Many people made comments.
Minecraft in space.
One guy on the subreddit compiled a big list of all the missing features. Front page. Got a defense for No Man's Sky? Enjoy your downvote. In fact, the entire No Man's Sky subreddit was in such disarray it had to be locked. So by the end of the month, Metacritic was like scrolling through Cheerios. By October, it was one of the worst rated games on Steam, with an aggregate of, mostly negative, from more than 70,000 reviews. The outrage at the game was headline news for weeks on dozens of games news publications, and the price on eBay and Amazon and secondhand at GameStop was crashing through the floor. Oh, please, no more. But the beatings had only just begun. The demo planet was data mined and found to be, of course, totally scripted and not randomly generated at all.
I'm just going to pick one of these at random. If anything horrible goes wrong, just keep in mind that I've not been here before.
It wasn't some level that we built or something like that, even though I think it looks quite nice in places.
People watching this would wonder why you're showing this area again. Like, what's so special about demoing the game on this planet?
Oh, no, it's just a place that looks nice.
No, bad Murray.
I could have ended the demo with some, pre-scripted crazy thing that would happen. You know what I mean? The normal thing of like...
Why are you showing the same footage? That's... You could look on his face, he was kind of like... think on the spot.
People
think
see
on the
what's
spot.
going on with the game and feel lied to. This is false advertising, they say. And angry customers start scoping out a lawsuit. On September 28th, the ASA
I feel bad for them.
Yep, too many complaints. We're going to investigate. But then soon after, the ASA cleared them of any legal wrongdoing. Technically, the only thing they're interested in is what's on the back of the box, what's on the store page, and what's on the Steam page. So it's technically not false advertising. But of course, technically not illegal doesn't mean much to an angry audience. October 28th, Hello Games
Public
Twitter
opinion?
is hacked.
Wow.
The hacker posts, No Man's Sky was a mistake, and is shitting on the game in the replies. Turns out Sean didn't use two-factor authentication on his
Was it anonymous?
and that's
No,
how they
I'm
got in.
I like
They also sent
anonymous.
discrediting emails to journalists, which they knew would rile people up if published. Some people even show up to their offices to take photos and knock on the door, even at night and on
Yeah,
the
to be
weekend.
that.
They posted empty pictures of the office, so naturally out of context, this started rumors that Hello Games simply took the money and ran. This in addition to numerous bomb and death threats during that period. Those ones Sean did have to take seriously.
Regular intervention from police and Scotland Yard and things like that.
And while Sony didn't quite throw them under the bus, it was more like a gentle push under a minivan when Sony President Shohei Yoshida admitted that Hello Games did not have a great PR strategy for No Man's Sky. The press took the ball with that one and ran. Wow. But despite all of this, all of the negative press, they were actually
They put right next to
awards. But by this point, Murray and the other members of Hello Games were so downtrodden and so sure they weren't going to win that they opted to go elsewhere for dinner.
And the Innovation Award goes to No Man's Sky.
That was not actual real
Lovely trophy going once.
audio.
Oops.
I'm going to accept this on the behalf of Hello Games, and congratulations to them. And I'm going to walk off stage like I planned that whole thing.
By this point, you've got to feel just a little bit sorry for them.
I actually do.
And then what followed that was the final straw for many. No particular incident, but a lack of incidents. Silence. Over 3 months of not a damn word from No Man's Sky. Where are they? Where is my refund? Where is Murray? Shouted into the void. The game was over. And it was dead.
Same story, another side. Alright. My battery life doing pretty good for this long video. Not too bad,
The
actually.
year is 2000 AD. Sean has just graduated from university and is headed into the big wide world. He rises up the ranks at a number of studios. eventually working as a technical lead for Black
Oh, okay.
and technical director for Burnout 3. When Burnout's developer is bought by EA, he is in his late 20s. And he and 3 of his buddies decide to leave and start their own studio.
I love this animation. It's God.
This was a risky venture.
So we'd done this incredibly foolish thing of like quitting our jobs, and then we had to sit down and try and decide what the game was going to be.
Together they create their first title, Joe Danger. They work on this game day and night. In fact, even once they were arrested in their own office because the police thought they were there to rob the place. Because who would be working at 11 p.m. on a Sunday night?
Oh,
but they had to work
what?
hard. Like
Those police officers had nothing else to do apparently.
Professional risk. They had no income. They were working in a tiny room above an old tile shop.
Oh wow.
Living off savings. And to keep the project running, Sean even
I know
sold
that
his
feeling,
house.
living off savings.
So we made a really tough and probably at the time seemed really foolish decision. It's kind of almost embarrassing for me to talk about.
Wow.
I sold my house and just basically went all in and funded what we were doing, which is not something I would recommend anyone else do.
Wow.
But by June 8th, 2010, they had done it. The game was good. And they could breathe a sigh of relief because on the very first day it hit the PlayStation Store, they made their money back. 2 years later, Joe Danger 2 was released. It was not the commercial success they had hoped for. And they didn't want to just keep pumping out sequels. That was a trap big players in the industry had fallen into.
Yeah, look at Call of Duty
In his spare
franchise.
time, Sean started working on a prototype for a procedurally generated game. They took another gamble and scrambled to get a trailer out in time to present at VGX 2013. So the project is official now, and the pressure is on. Around this time, Sean is also looking to start a family. Concurrent to all this development,
His face.
he would go on to have 3 kids. So the weight of responsibility is really piling on. But their hard work will pay off, as they're finally going to have a chance for some R&R around Christmas.
How is my battery doing? Okay, halfway.
They woke up to find their homes flooded, their cars submerged,
Oh,
and their plans
no.
for Christmas Day
In
very much
England?
ruined.
Bad news. Rain. Rain and flooding in the south of England, right around the Hello Games office.
Oh, right around the
They are
holidays on
completely
top of
inundated
that?
and they
Oh,
return from their holidays to find
2013.
laptops floating around at waist height. But some good news. They hadn't lost any data. So they pull together.
Data.
Soldier on. Development continues.
wait a minute, hold on. Whoa. 2901. Pause that. 2901 timestamp. I'm glad I read that in the bottom. The bottom scroller said Sony even offered them, but they declined it. Wow. If Sony offers anything, well, there. You know what though? There's strings attached. There's always strings attached. So that's probably what they were thinking. Like, yeah, we could ask them. Then they'll probably feel more obligated since Sony was willing to do something, but maybe that could have helped them. No, they needed more time. They just needed more time. Anyway, play.
And then, ding dong. Ooh, who's at the door? It's Danish mathematician Dr. Johan Gerlis. He's seen the game, and he says, they are using my super formula in perfect English, and there is a potential for a lawsuit. Sean says they didn't, and he could prove it. So they have a meeting, and the claim is eventually dropped. Lawsuit evaded. So back to work, guys. Ding dong.
Yeah.
It's Sky Television. They've seen the game.
You are infringing on our Sky trademark.
They said in perfect text-to-speech. They had succeeded in getting Microsoft to change SkyDrive to OneDrive, and they were about to give gamers No Man's 1 under threat of lawsuit. But this lawsuit...
He's going to copyright Sky? Excuse me.
The threat loomed over
Copyright
the
Sky?
for
Are you
3
serious?
years, right up until the month before release. So they get back to work and ding-dong. It's Sony, with some good news for once. We like a game, kid. We want to feature it front and center and make you a big star. This could mean millions of dollars in additional revenue. They said, yeah. But along with it, a lot of press for this game would need to be done. Being a small team, they didn't have anyone for PR. They had their designers, they had their developers, and that was about it. So it's up to Murray.
Oh no.
Sean is in his early 30s now. Not super young, but relatively young, and inexperienced for this type of media circuit.
Early 30s is not super young. Get the hell out of here. Shut the hell
It's
up.
set deadlines. It's not that it's Sony's fault, but they're locked in now with much less flexibility.
See?
So when May rolls
Strings
around,
attached.
May has no option but to delay.
You gotta watch for that stuff,
ask
fam.
for an extra 6 to 12 months of development, which they really need. It's probably too much to ask for. So they extend from late June to August. Only 6 weeks. From here, you can predict what's going to happen to multiplayer and a bunch of other promised features. So here's how the hype happened. Scope of game. Time. And here's the line which shows the reality of development. Progress is steady and ends in August 2016. Now here is the line of player expectations. It should start out here and follow along the purple, but the overhyping trailer comes out and puts us way up here. In this trailer, it features a bunch of things that Hello Games thinks they're capable of having in the game by 2016. That's the first big mistake.
Oh.
Then it's announced for PlayStation, and it costs $60, and there's a collector's edition. Second,
That's a nice little collector's edition.
mistake. That puts us all the way up here. And I think this is the main problem, because price tags set expectations. For a $60 game, this was seriously barren in
If I pay $60, it better
now,
be a
if they had
AAA
put it out
game.
for $20 as an indie game or an alpha, no problem. But when they gave it the AAA treatment, people rightfully aligned their expectations with other games in that category. That is the main reason customers' expectations were so skewed. Then Murray went to interviews, exacerbating the problem.
I think I've seen that little airship in some YouTubers'
fans set their expectations
bookshelves in
to
the
AAA
background.
heights for
Now
that
after
feature.
thinking seen that.
Now, some people think the interviews are the main problem. In my humble opinion, not so much. Most people never saw these interviews.
Makes
It's
sense.
not that rickety 12-foot ladder Sean's standing on that's the main problem. It's the 900-foot building he's perched it on in the first place. So the obvious solution here would be an official statement. Hey guys, look, don't expect a 10 out of 10. Expect more of a 5 out of 10. No, the publisher just sank an enormous investment of marketing and opportunity into the game. And that would be a huge middle finger to them. The publisher isn't going to make you hype the shit out of your game, but you can't talk it down either. So, it's kind of stuck up there. In some ways, during the interview, he tries to temper expectations, but it's limited.
Can you build a space station? No.
But let's not gloss over the interviews. Sean is a technical guy. He's a developer. He's also the introverted type. And the big lights and the stuff on
You can
camera
tell by his
does
body
not come
language.
naturally to him.
Is it super nerve-wracking to talk on stage at E3?
Yes. Yes, definitely. I personally find going on stage at E3 like the hardest thing I've ever done. That's something that I would have had in a nightmare before. You know what I mean? It's
Literally
that
the
kind
hardest
of
thing you've ever done?
Yeah.
For an introvert,
Still,
yeah, they don't want
he
to.
stepped
Oh
up
my
in two
god.
interviews for his game from 2013
Standing in front of a
to
bunch of
2016.
people? Are you kidding
And
me?
the main thing people wanted to hear about were the features.
Can you have more than...
So every planet really be wormholes.
Right.
At what point do you get points or anything?
From these interviews, people took Sean to be a liar. A Peter Molyneux,
You get points,
club member out to sell his
You
game
get gold bars.
reputational cost. But I think the truth is more complicated than that. Sean and the team are
That's from a person who doesn't play video
working on a
games.
new
Obviously.
Their project and plans are constantly in flux. They have no idea how large chunks of the game are going to look, especially not a couple of years out from release. And crucially, Sean doesn't understand that something mentioned in 2013, even said in passing, is going to be seen as a promise in the year 2016, even if by then you've decided to cut it from the game. For example, orbiting around the sun.
Day has turned it out because the planet has actually rotated on its axis.
This originally was in the game, but it caused the player too much confusion. It kept being reported as a bug in the beta, as people left the planet and then returned to find everything different. But nonetheless, into the light compilation it goes. So while they're still essentially formulating the game, the media all want a piece of Sean and to report on features first. Conversely, Sean thinks the reporters might help him to temper down things by emphasizing that Hello Games is an indie studio. But that is not how journalism is done. This is how journalism is done.
Can you customize the look of your character?
Sort of. Full customization confirmed in No Man's Sky. Periodic table to create atmospheric particles that would diffract light at just the right wavelength.
Told you. The practical operates downstream from the community because things are click-driven as to what stories you get served and things like that. But a rumor would surface from Reddit straight to the front page.
There's all this hype, and the project has increased in scope dramatically and keeps increasing as the months go by until a point. They are close to the deadline and have to delay. And the reality of what they can achieve and the little time remaining is staring them in the face. They know they're not going to be putting out a finished game. They're worried. There's nothing more they can do. And the fear that they will disappoint the audience is growing on Sean and the team.
I worry about, disappointing people.
Upon release, all of these clips are seen as proof that Sean is a liar. And what doesn't help is his body language. I mean, it's kind of the body language of someone who is lying.
Oh, come, wait a minute, hold on. 36:55 is the timestamp. Really? You gonna do this poor man? You gonna do that? You gonna do this man that dirty like that? It just looks like a liar. Not in that way, but still, come on. He's just kind of like awkward, and he's that smart nerdy kid that you used to cheat off of when you were in class back in school. He's just socially awkward. You have that kind of got to me. It just looks like a lie. I internet historian. I'm not a big fan of that one. This poor guy. First of all, I feel bad. I actually feel real bad for this guy because I've heard of some real jerk-offs in the gaming industry. Like L.A. Noire had this one Napoleon arrogant piece of crap as the head of and he just was a tyrant. This guy, yet I've heard negative stuff about how he's nasty, a tyrant, just overbearing, just what I can't even think of the word right now, but I just feel bad for this guy. He looks like he's just a very generally nice guy who wants to put out stuff that, unfortunately, things didn't fall into the right place. I'm just saying. I feel bad for this guy. Play.
Remember, he's
just getting all over the place. Good Lord.
Actually, a really good one.
I'm so sorry.
Not a salesman. Cut him just a little bit of slack.
Okay, thank
you. This is
you.
simply how he talks. Here are some innocuous questions, and he answers.
I'm glad he said that.
Lead producers on No Man's Sky?
Yeah, I guess I'm a developer on it. I suppose creator or something like that. No,
You can tell he doesn't have an ego.
Games. I don't necessarily love talking about it.
I think you did a good job.
Even though you guys are very nice.
Seriously.
Same body language. And Jesus Christ, they have him up on stage and in front of cameras and bright lights and on the goddamn Colbert Report. Try keeping a nerve on that. Nonetheless,
being on late night talk shows too.
The clips have him cemented in the community as a liar. So the graph plays out right to release. And that graph, it's actually a track. And that track is what the hype train runs on. So it comes barreling up the hill.
Choo.
It goes crashing right through the roof.
He's so stupid.
The disaster unfolds. They are absolutely shit on.
Oh, God.
So there were Sean and Hello Games, surrounded by the rubble of their former reputation. Punished Sean was at his lowest point, hated by the majority of the gaming community.
YouTube
But
LA
they were still
game. Oh,
alive,
jeez, and Reddit.
and they had made tens of millions of dollars. They were left with two choices. Take the money, start a new project, and be a pariah. A cautionary tale of the industry and hated by the gaming community forever. Or pick themselves up, get back to work, and with potentially no profit motive, finish the game.
It allowed me to do something that I've always done in difficult times, whether it was crappy bosses that I've dealt with before or crappy situations at school growing up. I got my head down, I sat in front of a computer, and I made games, which is what I enjoy.
They picked number 2. So, here's the plan. The team is assigned to fixing bugs and the most obvious problems. Go. Sean tells the team to stop reading all the overwhelmingly negative feedback on the game, and he reroutes all of it to his personal devices. Emails, forum posts, Google News alerts.
Why would
player
you do
feedback.
that to
It's all
yourself?
going directly to him now. Then he starts breaking that down into data sets. People who haven't bought the game. People who have
Oh,
bought
wow,
it and played
okay.
it for 100 hours.
That's the
People
reason
who
why you did
returned
it.
etc.
I was like, why would you
Then
want
he
to
starts
hear all that
compiling
and just
those
beat
complaints
yourself up?
into usable data,
He's using his
focusing
actual...
on the people with the most sincere experience of the game. Then we start making a big laundry list of all the things that need adding and prioritizing. First thing to fix is that full
He uses
inventory.
that actually for
Then
data.
community mod support. Then a third thing.
That's
et cetera, et
interesting.
cetera.
I would never
This
thought
is
of
going
that.
to take an enormous amount of
I would
work
just
to pull off.
lay in
They're
bed
not going to
and
make
wanna
the same
die.
mistake twice. So they would need to sharply adjust their PR strategy. Anything they said right now, an admission of guilt, would be met with criticism. Denial, it's not that bad, would be met with criticism. Corporate speak, well, we endeavored to make the best game we could and we are proud of what we have, would be met with criticism. Half of the problems have been caused by speaking too much. So they were going to do a complete 180. Instead of adding more fuel to the fire,
I would just say,
instead of accidentally promising
tweet out,
fixes that
we're
might
working
also
on
not
it.
be delivered,
You won't hear from us until
speak to the press
you
again.
get an update.
Email traits you're talking about. I'd say that's a generalization, but you
He just roll up the window.
directly from now on. So they told the audience they were working on it. And
Okay.
went completely silent. 1 day passed. No word.
1 day. You think they're going to get anything done in 1 day? 2 weeks.
Have you heard from Hello Games? They just had this disastrous release. No, haven't seen them. I hope they're working on the game. 2 weeks. Dude, are you working on this thing?
That's 2
Just
weeks.
ignore them. Just work. 3 weeks. Okay, what the fuck is going on?
Just ignore them.
A month. They took the fuck money and ran, didn't they?
Over a
Didn't
month?
say anything. It's not going to help.
You think this is like overnight magic?
3 months. By now, most people were convinced that the game was abandoned. They had made their money. It's all over. Then, after over 100 days of absolute silence, a tweet. Foundation. The first big patch. It is me, Sean. No, go away, Sean. I am mad at you. It has been too long. I bring you gifts. His accent sucks.
Oh my god.
It brought base building, new modes, farming, cats, and phrases, as well as a lot of bug fixes. We'll have to try harder than that, Sean, to win my love back.
Yes.
It still fell well shy of the promised game.
You read them.
Too little, too late.
I want more patches.
So Sean left.
I want to be a
Returned to his team
trader.
and got back to work.
A sex worker. Something. Give me something.
And then, another tweet. Pathfinder.
Oh. Is those little rock?
Oh, it's usual. I bring you online base sharing, own multiple starships, starship specialization,
Oh, wow.
multi-tool specialization and classes, permadeath modes.
That's pretty cool.
Vehicles you can drive around in, and create racetracks for them too with time trials.
Oh, well, see, that's cool.
Look at this. Okay, that's pretty good. But I'm still mad, and there's still a ton promised that isn't in the game yet. So Sean went away once more. A few more months went by.
See, this is what they're doing with Cyberpunk too.
Oh, it's you, Sean. What is it now? I bring you an overhaul to the storyline. New worlds, crashed freighters, space combat, terrain editing, portals, procedural mission system, interstellar trading, and joint exploration. By now, people were really starting to warm to No Man's
That's
Sky.
not too bad.
And to Hello Games.
The game has, in many ways, exceeded what was promised.
It's a substantially better game now.
No Man's Sky is back, baby!
Oh, don't be a party
Honest
pooper.
effort to fix the game. And the number of employees working on it was
He'd
growing.
be the type of guy, boo, I would just took the money and run. Yeah.
Social media also started becoming more active and engaging with the audience. The subreddit was flourishing once more. The price of the game secondhand on Amazon, eBay, and GameStop was going up.
Oh, there we go.
Went by. Next, a really big patch.
People are freaking out.
No Man's Sky is not but that. Here's the full and proper multiplayer experience. Ringed planets, third-person mode, character customization, a galactic atlas on an external website for the community.
Was that
Vast
Tony Hawk?
rewards to base building and crafting and resources. And it also brought the game to Xbox.
Using Tony Hawk, the video game
in July 2008,
customization.
No Man's Sky was the 6th
I clocked that
selling
bitch.
console game for the
I
month.
remember that game.
It climbed its way back into Steam's top 10. It reached nearly 100,000 concurrent players.
Cool.
Another $24 million.
Oh, my battery's still.
platforms.
I got
Steam
one bar
rating
left.
From mixed
We
to
got
very
8 minutes. Can we do it?
Getting back on board in a big way.
God, look at that.
We've done it. Better creatures, weird underwater shit, discoveries, of
Weird
basic
underwater
environments, equipment, and it keeps going. New biomes, more
Oh,
diverse
wow.
archaeology, more things to discover. By now, Sean and the gaming inspector personification of the gaming community had literally patched things up and were making out on the couch. Which was when he released his biggest patch to date. Top this video.
Oh my god, yeah!
Free VR.
Oh my god, is it you?
Not a whole other game you have to pay for.
Oh,
Nice.
VR?
Exciting.
Seriously?
Overhauls to NPCs, tech trees, base building, streamlined multiplayer, ride animals around. All sorts of
Get
stuff
outta
that's
here.
never promised in the first place. And we're still adding more stuff.
Oh,
Someone at Valve, who was a fan of the game, said to me, what you do now is more important than what you say. There's only one thing that's credible, and that's your actions.
Yes.
In fact, I was so slow to get this video out that they put out another patch the other day. With ship salvaging, ship upgrading, more advanced
Jesus,
terrain,
good for them.
first-person exocrafts, improved VR,
They're trying to make up for
improved base
all
building
that.
and inventory management, and quality of life stuff. It goes on. Is it perfect? Technically, there are still things on this spreadsheet missing. But come on now, we're starting to nitpick. Especially when you compare them to relationships with other games companies. They could have gone the route of Fallout 76.
Yeah.
All mods with Fallout first, charging a monthly fee, a downward spiral more and more into pay-to-win scraps released without QA testing. But instead, they never added pay-to-win. They never added microtransactions or paid DLC. They never made VR as a second game. They didn't give up on the game or scale their resources back to do it. They didn't come out and call gamers entitled. They didn't add loot boxes. They didn't start work on the next big project or sequel. They didn't do much of anything except get back to work. And just like that, the game once panned by critics now had awards rolling in.
Good for them.
Your developed star 2019, No Man's Sky, Sean Murray.
No Man's Sky next.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky's next.
No Man's Sky.
And to cap it all off, the subreddit No Man's Sky the game even got together and
Good for
pooled money
them.
for a GoFundMe to have a billboard installed near the Hello Games offices.
Aww.
It must have been a harrowing moment for Sean and the team. They took a huge risk to start a small studio. They clawed their way up to create one of the most notable games of the console generation. Disappointed pretty much everyone with the
My
release.
eyes all watered up.
And took one of the biggest online beatings in video game history for it.
The family post-release we faced some really difficult challenges. Everything that you can imagine from like the worst of the internet, we hit.
But then, over the course of the next 3 years, completely turned it around and came out the other side with a win.
Aww.
It's the underdog
Yay.
story.
Yes.
And after doing all of this research, I couldn't help but come to the conclusion that they were the good guys. So what is the future for Hello Games? In 2017, they announced Hello Labs, a support program focused on original titles and games using procedural generation. 2 of the team also branched off to work on a small title called The Last Campfire.
I remember reading about that.
For the foreseeable future,
okay, cool.
they're just working on No Man's Sky.
Wow. Yay.
Alright, I didn't want to finish the video on like a big sappy note. So, this is the end of the story, but there's still another few minutes. Don't leave. It's not an ad. Okay, in 2015, when the hype was at its peak, someone wrote a Sean Murray erotic fanfiction, and, naturally, I assumed that you lot would want to see it. So, here it is. My evening interview.
Fanfiction? Are you serious with this?
I arrived at the Hello Games office in the early evening, as the sun was approaching the horizon. Taking a deep breath, I nervously pressed the doorbell. The door opened, and Sean poked his expressive face out to greet me. "Hey you," he exclaimed with his horrible British Australian accent. "I'm so happy you could make it and spend the evening with us." I was so happy
Oh, Ellen
I heard you
DeGeneres.
let me come in for an interview, I said. "Oh yeah, the interview. I forgot," he replied with his usual brilliant humor. I laughed. "You're so funny, Sean. Let me show you my office. I have a surprise for
How
you."
old is this?
He led
Can
me to
you
the
use
room
an
where we sat
older
down
looking
on the
dude?
soft vinyl couch. "So let me show you the surprise," he said softly.
My dick.
"It's the newest version of the game. We just added some new features." He played up the game on a PS4 in his office. I stared at his face. I like your beard. It's sexy," I pretended to say to him in my head to myself. I had a secret crush on him. There was something about his humble demeanor.
He is cute, but he's married with kids, for God's sake. Come on.
"So here's the game," he said eagerly. It opened on an alien world just calling out to be explored.
Fucking married with kids.
Here it
Jesus.
finally was, in front of me in all of its glory, and it was being played by Sean in front of me in all of his glory. I nervously spoke. "Could I try playing?" I said.
Jesus Christ.
"I suppose, of course," he said, chuckling. But another few minutes passed without him handing me the controls. "Sean," I said more confidently. I put my hands on his hands as he gripped the controller. He looked me straight in the eyes. I stared deep into his beautiful, glistening eyes, utterly transfixed.
Oh my God.
"Sure," he said. He let go of the PlayStation controller, still sweaty from his firm grip. "And I have another surprise to show you."
Oh, man.
He stood up. My
Redacted.
He lied. "Yes, please," I said, blushing as red as treetops of Warrior 5. He grabbed my shoulders, guiding me confidently towards the coffee table, like he confidently guides the Hello Games team towards the game's release. The one true Sean Murray, not that baby-faced loser asshole poser from NCIS.
Oh my God.
Made sweet love to me.
Oh my God.
I wasn't sure what I was more excited about. Finally,
Redacted.
Sean Murray finally playing No Man's Sky. After exploring the planet's surface, I ended my spaceship and took off. Just as I left the atmosphere and burst into the breathtaking expanse of space. It was an out-of-world...
Are you reading the bomb scroller? Oh my God. The story got overly graphic and a bit boring. Really? How do you get those two together? So we jump ahead.
Rift support, he uttered sensually. As I turned, I saw Sean's avatar standing before me in a beautiful, procedurally generated spacesuit. "Like what you see," he said. "It's time, everybody," he shouted. I heard footsteps slowly enter from the cramped office. I soon saw many spacesuits appear before me in-game. But as they took off their helmets, I realized that they were all the same Sean Murray avatar. I was about to be
Redacted.
by a group of Sean Murrays, but they all had one difference. That they
Redacted.
each
Redacted.
was different. There were wide ones,
Oh my
thin ones, long ones, curved ones. It was magical. As the
Work,
hammer gets
bitch,
seen again,
work.
Redacted.
From somewhere in the room, I heard Sean whisper, "Every
Redacted.
procedure." Also, I did a thing on the second channel. Please do check it out. I thought it was quite good. I was like, I love the videos on the second channel.
Oh God,
And
God damn you.
that's it. Sorry it took so long.
Oh, that was hilarious. Oh my God, I'm so glad I reacted to this. This is hilarious. That was just the cherry on top. All right, before my battery dies, thank you guys for stopping by, my friends. I got some other videos going to be coming out. I'm going to do a Try Not to Laugh to Family Guy coming out soon. And the best of bad acting and the best of bad acting in adult movies. And plus I'm going to also talk about the new mod for Fallout 4, the Mojave Project, and a couple other little goodies, and my 1,000 subscriber video is going to be out. I'm going to do a special video for that. I'm just kind of working on that, again, spitballing some ideas as far as right now. And thank you guys so much. I enjoyed this so much, and I'm glad you guys picked this one as the top. And that was actually my first post, so I was really excited to see if anyone would even pay attention to it, and you guys did. Thank you so much, and thank you with all the love you guys have been giving me recently. And y'all take care. Bye.
Whatever. The end. Yeah, it's the end, okay?